Thanks for tuning in. In today's video, we're going to talk about how you can utilize AI in your applications, whether that's on Mac or Windows. So stay tuned for the second part as we will go to screen recording. Welcome to today's video. What we're going to do is utilize ChatGPT to help us with Microsoft Excel. Let's just pretend we're a beginner to Microsoft Excel and we don't know how to utilize functions. So we're going to get the help from a third-party tool called ChatGPT, and it's going to help us work out these totals for us. So let's see what we can do without being overly clever, and hopefully this can apply to your Excel knowledge. So the first part, what we're going to do is I've grabbed populations of the top 10 populated countries in Europe, and we're going to work out what the total population is of these top 10 countries. So we will head over to ChatGPT. Let's just quickly put a summary. So total. So we want to, in here, get the total of all these cells. So we're in ChatGPT, but one thing we do need is it won't know what these cells are. So let's quickly just get these reference numbers. So we can see we've got column A. So at the top it's columns, at the left hand side it's rows. So we want to, in row 12, get the total for all of these countries, and where we're going to total, what we're going to total is from this one here, B2, and end at B11. So let's type in a simple command. So create formula in Excel to total B2 to B11, show the answer in B12. So looking at this, if I copy this code and paste it into here, it looks like ChatGPT has given us what we needed. So let's press enter, and we've got 581,000 sorry, we've got 581 million population, because Russia's got 144 million. So as you can see, if we highlight these cells, this would be what a professional does, and this is where you would get the total, and that matches up with this. For those of you that don't know, you can also just use AutoSum here, which would then just bring in this same formula. So let's see what else we can do. The aim here is to see what these populations are as a percentage of this total. So let's call this percentage, and let's see if we can dynamically show what these percentages are. So if I go back to ChatGPT, what I'm going to do is, to speed up this video, I'm just going to type in the commands, and then so you don't have to keep watching me type. Okay, so what we typed in was we want to create a formula. I even got my grammar wrong there, for C2 to C11. So in here I want to get this as a percentage of this. So let's go back to ChatGPT and using the numbers B2 to B11, and we had a total earlier in B12. So what ChatGPT has said is we can use this formula, copy this, and it says to paste in C2, put this in, and then drag that into the cells below. So let's just quickly do that. Paste this in, and you can see B2 to B12 divided by B12 times 100. So that says that's 24%. Okay, we can worry about tidying this up afterwards. And then the drag part is just clicking on here and dragging down like this. And then what it's also suggesting is in C12 enter this formula, copy that, we can then paste this in and we get 100%. So as you can see, when you total these, that's 100%. So let's see if we can tidy this column up to see if it tells us how to make these look like percentages. Okay, so this one is not a formula, it is literally a function in Excel. So the answer is given represents how you would do it in earlier versions of Excel up to newer versions of Excel, because it's asking us to right click on the cells and using number format set percentage. So we can do that. Just before we do that, just so you know, you can also just press this button here, Control Shift and %. But let's just see what ChatGPT told us. So format cells, %, and the good thing about doing it this way is that you can choose if you want to see decimal places or not. So we might just want to have no decimal places. We might just want 1. So let's leave it at 1. Just OK that. And the interesting thing is, because we times by 100, when it's percentages, you see more than what you should have seen. So if we had said to ChatGPT earlier, show this as a %, it wouldn't have shown the times by 100. So let's just quickly adjust this. I don't want to create a too long-winded video, otherwise this would just bore people and they'd just go away. And let's just drag that down. Likewise, let's just auto sum this. Yeah, 100%, perfect. So as you can see, this is 24%. This is essentially a quarter of this total. So if this was 600 and this was 150, 150 over 600 is 25%. I could get a calculator out, but somebody can pause the video and just check if this is correct or not. So that's how ChatGPT can help us total up values and also represent them as percentages. Just one interesting point, and this was very good, it did this. So on this one, it referenced B2, and because we're dragging a formula, this is saying always use B12 in this reference. So when we go to this one, B12 is still the same here, but this goes B3. Likewise, B4, it stays on B12. Because of those dollar signs, it says an absolute location, so you don't lose where you're going. Otherwise, this would just try and reference these values down here, as you can see here. And just to prove that to you, I just quickly copy this and paste this in without the referencing. And what you'll see, you get an error because it's looking at it goes down with it. So ChatGPT did that perfectly correct. So that's how you do addition in ChatGPT. Okay, so this is, just to summarize, this is how we can create totals and show them as percentages. What I will do is I will create a few more videos and split them up so that these are broken up into bite-sized chunks, but explained into detail, so that for those of you that need more detail, you can get that extra detail. For those of you that don't, you can just skip ahead. Otherwise this could be an hour-long video. So I thank you for watching this video, and I'll just create the next video explaining the next tip that we can create.